Hello, welcome back. This week we are with 8-bit or 16-bit sensation. I want to warn the audience this is a adult type theme anime, so go ahead and click off if you are not over the age of the recommended age group of your country. That number changes a lot, and sometimes I don't agree with that. But regardless, not sometimes certain countries I don't agree with how they say that you are this age and you're an adult and you're really not. But regardless, not going into all of that. This is an adult type theme, so if you're not an adult, please don't watch. I know that doesn't do anything, but as long as I said something, right? As long as I gave the warning. Anyway, so 16-bit sensation, I think, pretty much goes over a character named Miko. I'm not gonna try to say that last name, but pretty much Miko is an artist working at a game studio, which game studio is called Alcohol Soft. Pretty much, this anime is set in. For some reason, on Crunchyroll, it says the anime is set in what did it say? The year is 1992, but they have self-driving cars. Kind of a little okay, but it's fiction, or is it? Yeah, fiction is false, right? Or nonfiction is false. Either way, it's a false. It's anime, whatever. So so the theme is set in 1992, which makes sense because the main character starts working for. Ultimately, she works for like two companies. Oh no, she works for one company, but because that company is going under, it some supernatural shit happens and she gets transported into 1992 where she's working for another company called Alcohol Soft. She was working, so the actual real company she's working for is called Bluebell. Funny because it's an ice cream company, but then she gets transported into 1992 and she starts working on a game. Pretty much both companies are going through the same thing, through a transitional period where they're trying to make the I'm wouldn't say they're trying to make a game for a console or a port that I won't say won't work but won't be optimized for the next generation. So that's their last end all be all game. If it hits, then they can move on and get all the tech that they need to make another new good game. Pretty much the same thing that actual real game developers go through in life and in our real world. I think I don't know ultimately, but I would say that this anime 16-bit goes over the real struggles of having to work at a game company because or a video game company because it's true they could work on a game and they can put their foot in the door and become a household name, right? But the next game that they put out, it could be garbage and people forget about it. And then the next game, since because that game flopped and they put so much into that game, now the next game that they it has to hit or they're gonna lose their company. And it kind of make it a lot. One, because it's more of a slice of life type of thing. And I'm so sorry I did not even tell you the original Run series, or y'all know what I mean. The anime ran through October 5th, 2023 to December 8th, 2023 with 13 episodes. Sorry, did not say that, but continue. Pretty much, yeah, this anime really into the real world struggles of having a game company or working at a game company. You know, hear a lot about what goes on at game companies. We just, as we just look at the game that comes out and we're like, oh, is it good or is it bad? You know, how players or whatever like that. But us as a consumer, we don't the behind the scenes what's actually going on and how are they struggling and stuff like that. So I feel like this anime is really good if you want to kind of understand things can go on during a cycle. But pretty much main character Miko, she gets some. to 1992, and she's working same building. It's so weird, but she's working at the same building that the 1992 game developer, the Alcohol Soft, was working for. And the game that they make is kind of adult themed. But I would say kind of is themed, but pretty much Alcohol Soft was working with, you know, a lot of younger people, the younger cats won't understand what I'm talking about, but for the people that do, where you had that box computer and you had a little floppy disk and right power button, you talking about with the DVD and yeah. I we have beer like that. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. 99, sir. I know what I'm talking about. All right. You can call me Unc. I don't care. So for the young cats out there, the young bucks out there, I would do your research how much the game. I would say look at the history on how technology has moved, like, and look at what they're making games on now, like completely different. Um, but yes, much this anime really good, really, like, again, slice of life, comedy type. I know on Crunchyroll it says comedy, sci-fi, and slice of life. I wouldn't say sci-fi as much because there's not much really sci-fi going on. The only thing that's I would kind of say is her being transported or being, she's back into 1992. But yeah, I would think that I anime. I really did. And to view the layout, this anime, it's the pretty normal. Kind of main character kind of try to help out the company while she's back in time, and then towards the end, which in episode 13 kind of wraps it in a nice way, I would say. Yeah, they're very family. Well, I'm sorry, not family type, because the things that they talk about. But yeah, average rating of 4.3. Yeah, that makes, I a 4, you know. I would watch it again. But times would I watch it again? Maybe once or twice. Maybe I will watch certain episodes, maybe here and there, and then I just kind of move my life. Yeah. I should take into account how many ratings or how many stars or I gave. Keep that as a tally. Maybe I'll put it up on the screen here somewhere, or how many I've rated and gave and how many stars. But yeah, is not much to talk about really, because I personally don't want to spoil the anime for you, which I know kind of seems counterintuitive in a way because I'm making a video talking about the anime and my opinion about it. But um, no, I don't really spoil this anime because I've really feel like people would maybe enjoy this, just watch, um, enjoy that anime. Let's see if I can find any other extra facts about this. The manga is still running currently. That's what it says through my little that's what it says through Wikipedia. That's literally what I have up for extra facts. No, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm literally looking at Wikipedia. But not for plot or anything, just for extra the manga is still running though. It started in December 31st, 2016, and it's still running. It says it's still running. It has only 2 volumes, but it says it's still, so yeah, interesting. Um, yeah, that didn't until 2023. So I don't know if they went over both volumes on that anime or they have to make another season or whatever. But yeah, the manga only has 2 volumes and it says it's so the manga is still so. Huh. If you have any information as a viewer, comment down below. Let people know. Otherwise, it's been Teddy. I want to set my old outro. You see that? It's been Teddy. And if you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, comment down below what you think about this anime. Again, this series is ordered through Crunchyroll. So from probably what you remember or from what you watched and whatever, you can give your opinions, blase blase, yada 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 in the comments. That would be helpful so I could read it and other people read it and understand. Uh, no, not really on it. You can put your opinion of the anime. I like it. It was certain animes that, that hit your face with it. Like, if you know, kind of, and hits you once with all the information and you're like, okay. And then they kind of go with it and kind of gets boring. But, there parts in episodes. Every episode had a certain part where you were like, oh, okay. Let me keep watching. Oh, okay. If this comes out, it like, okay. You know, it can, and I think that a lot of the older anime from the last 2 weeks have had a is keeping you engaged, right? They just made through the manga and kind of was like, okay, manga don't like the anime, and that's not nowadays since people really manga is very easily accessible now. So a lot of people could like the anime, the or people can like manga and could hate the anime, and a lot of people could love the anime and hate manga, you know. So it's very washy, and that's been. But the engagement, I feel like from this anime, a lot of other animes that have the same thing, the engagement factor. Even if you didn't watch, if you manga, the engagement's still there. You still want to watch. You still want to finish the series. The other two, the last 2 weeks, I boy had to struggle to finish them. Struggle, but hey, I'm gonna get out your hair, and I'll see you next Tuesday, with another anime, and hopefully I can get into gaming and start posting that again. Um, every Thursday, hopefully. I wouldn't say every Thursday, but on Thursdays I would post gaming content. So yeah. And again, like I asked last this week, you let me know what type of content you would like to see on Patreon. They're gonna be free. Don't worry. I'm not gonna have it paywalled. What type of content watch? Would you like to? Yeah, you let me know in the comments down below as well. What type of content through Patreon y'all would like to watch? Um, yeah, and maybe if it's pop up or I can talk about certain things. Not I can, but um, if certain questions come up, I'll make another video and explain. Um, anyway, enjoy yourselves. Have a nice day. I'm out. Peace.